This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Aja Goare. Our top story this half hour, following revelations that Russians used fake Facebook ads and posts to influence the presidential election, Twitter executives are in the hot seat today. The meeting is taking place behind closed doors with Senate Intelligence Committee staff. CBS's Aja Goare reports.
Congressional investigators say Russian internet trolls were able to purchase Facebook ads with the goal of dividing Americans using pictures and incendiary language. CBS News confirmed at least one of the 3,000 ads specifically targeted Baltimore, Ferguson, and the Black Lives Matter movement.
We hope to learn facts of what has been done, what has been published, who is doing what in this.
It'd be useful to understand what these social media outlets are doing to protect the public.
Lawmakers say the trolls are still at it. Oklahoma Senator James Langford said while NFL players protested during the national anthem this weekend before the games, Russians were flooding social media with hashtag boycott the NFL and hashtag take a knee.
They were taking both sides of the argument this past weekend and pushing them out from their troll farms as much as they could to try to just raise the noise level in America.
Facebook, Twitter, and Google have all been invited to testify about Russian influence on social media at a Senate Intelligence Committee hearing on November 1st. In a Facebook post Wednesday, Mark Zuckerberg wrote the company will do its part to defend against nation-states attempting to spread misinformation and subvert elections. Aja Goare, CBS News, the White House.
In tweets, President Trump accused the social network of collusion, branding Facebook anti-Trump. Meanwhile, Majority Whip Steve Scalise returned to Capitol Hill today to cheers and a standing ovation months after he was shot. It's been more than 100 days since the Louisiana congressman was ambushed during a practice for a congressional baseball game. 3 others were shot and 2 others injured. The gunman was killed in an exchange of gunfire with police. Scalise said today the shooting changed him and strengthened his faith in God. He told lawmakers it feels great to be back at work. Well, it's been more than a week since Hurricane Maria lashed Puerto Rico, and the situation may get worse before it gets better. Food and water are in short supply, as well as fuel and medicine. President Trump is waiving a federal law restricting foreign ships from delivering goods. But for now, supplies that reach the island are stuck at the port. Truck drivers are desperately needed to deliver relief to those who need it. Here in Montana, the department responsible for fighting the flames that ravaged Montana land this fire season paints a bleak picture of its future in the wake of budget cuts. The Department of Natural Resources and Conservation blew through its fire suppression budget early this fire season. Around $63 million was spent on Montana wildfires, and officials say many of the bills for equipment and aircraft used aren't even out yet. DNRC, like many state agencies, must cut 10% of its budget to meet a request by Governor Bullock to make up for state revenue shortfalls. The Water Resources Division will be hardest hit. Stream gauges shared with the U.S. Geological Survey will have to be decommissioned, which will make it more challenging for the National Weather Service to predict dangerous floods.
An agency that has had this question asked to us many, many times. We don't have a lot of, I don't know that we ever considered we had a lot of extra fat to just cut off. We're down to bone. So you will see direct impacts. We are trying to preserve as much as we can.
The DNRC director says he may consider furlough days for employees next year if a special legislative session can't restore the department's budget. On that note, we turn now to the weather scene with Ed McIntosh, and we've experienced a little bit of a cooler weather forecast.
Yeah, we're going to definitely see the cooler weather next week, Asia. In the meantime, let's enjoy some sunshine and some nice fall temperatures. In the short term, take a look out towards Polson, where we can actually look out towards Flathead Lake once again. Oh, darn it, Missoula, we can't see the webcam right now. So let's move on to over to Butte, where we got lots of sunshine. Temperatures warming into the upper 50s there, right at the state capitol, 56 degrees with a calm wind there. It's a nice start to the day into Great Falls as well. Temperatures are already into the 60s, and in the Billings area, temperatures have warmed up to the low 60s, mostly sunny, but all of this isn't going to last for long. We'll tell you about the change in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Ed. We'll check back in. Officials say a woman involved in a crash near Belgrade this morning either walked or crawled nearly a quarter-mile before she died. Montana Highway Patrol is asking anyone who may have witnessed the crash to report the details. Investigators say a single vehicle was involved in this crash on Reese Creek Road. It's unknown at this time when the crash happened, but a motorist did report the crash shortly after 6 a.m. The female victim was found about 0.2 miles from the crash site. The incident is under investigation. The hunter whose son was attacked by a grizzly bear in the Flathead Valley over the weekend killed the female bear. Wildlife officials confirm it was a 12-year-old, 250-pound female grizzly that attacked the man in the Spotted Bear Wilderness. FWP says a man and his adult son were hunting black bears on the east side of Hungry Horse Reservoir. As they were pursuing the black bear, the hunters encountered the grizzly. When the bear grabbed the younger man's arm, the father shot the bear twice to save his son. The victim sustained minor injuries. Authorities located the dead bear near the attack site on Monday. The hunters were not carrying bear spray. After receiving a 1-star rating for quality in January, the Veterans Affairs at Fort Harrison say the facility is now rated a 3 out of 5 stars. The SAIL report assess VA facilities in 25 different areas, such as death rates, patient satisfaction, and physician capacity. A January report had given the facility just 1 star. The VA Montana Chief of Staff says it's unusual for a facility to see this kind of improvement in just 9 months. The facility's improved rating stems from its implementation of several major national mental health initiatives. Before we get to break, the University of Montana is gaining more incoming freshmen, but overall student enrollment is down. A census released Wednesday shows the freshman class is up nearly 2% from last year. However, overall fall enrollment is down 4.5%, with just 11,865 students on campus. School officials say the drop was not unexpected. The fall 2017 undergraduate headcount enrollment at the main campus saw 437 fewer students. The decrease is being blamed on a large drop in dual enrollment by high school students. Meanwhile, Montana State University reports a record number of students enrolled this fall semester, with a headcount of 16,703 students. Straight ahead on the noon news, a deadly scaffolding incident in Florida claims several lives. We'll take you to the scene. But first, Ed has our weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching MTN News with Aja Goare, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and farm and ranch news from the Northern Egg Network. This is the news.